Everybody, we are back. It is Tips on Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Boom. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glen Brockney for Glen, and of course, pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. And make sure you guys hit up Homage. You guys can check out. I always forget to put that code up here. Bo Jackson code here. QR code. Boom. Hit the Bo Jackson QR code right there. Get you a shirt. Support the channel. I think we get like 25% off the sale. So make sure you guys hit that up and support the channel that way too as well. All right, so we got a new show today. We didn't know what we were going to call it, but I just, said, let's just talk some stats, man. I heard some people say, just do any Raider shows talk stats? I don't know if you remember those tweets, Glenn. We just, we are a show up for the people. So this is what we're doing. We're going to check out some analytics and answer you guys' questions. You guys have questions. And that's what we'll be doing. So we try to do this almost every Monday when we got time. And just kind of break down for you guys, like kind of separate a film a little bit. So, Glenn, how you feeling, man?
Oh, good. Yeah, man. The Raiders got a coach fired again. That's interesting. So, you figure you're the owner of the Titans, and you're like, you lost to whom? The Raiders. That's it. You're out. And watching the Chiefs last night. A little scary. They woke up. Preseason's over for them. But man, I really just wish they won that Bears game. I wish they were 3-3 right now. Like that's kind of just. I know you can't go back on that, but being 2-4 still sounds really ugly. And I was listening to some people like PFF related stuff. And I know some people say who cares, right? But I was listening to see what some outsiders thought of that game. And it was really interesting how much the PFF types really defend Geno and think Geno's being like hamstrung by Chip Kelly and stuff. Like they really think like we'll talk about it, but Geno's ADOT, right? It was like 2.7. Mm-hmm. It was basically the bubble screen level ADOT. And I thought that was really they were saying like they gotta let Geno let it go. I'm like, have you guys been watching when they've been letting him let it go? Like he turns the ball over. It's bad. Like he's just been really bad. And I think now that I think about it, that game, I think they kind of started over with Geno last game. They're like, we're going to build you back up from the ground up. Hopefully. I mean, I don't know that that's going to work, but that kind of felt like training wheels game, So just now that we're a little removed from the reaction of it, and if a win is still a win, that was the interesting.
Yeah. When I watched the film, and went over the film for the game, I actually thought he played pretty well. I was like, okay, he played better than I thought he did when I was watching the game, and maybe it's just just expecting him to do some of the frustrating things I always expected him to do. I thought he played a little bit better than he usually did. I thought he was a little bit more decisive, and I thought they got rid of the ball out of his hands a whole lot better. Now it was a short passing game. They didn't throw downfield. They didn't even try to throw downfield. All right. So let's talk about that. He threw one intermediate pass. One.
Wow.
That's it. So they didn't try to throw downfield. I feel like that was a game plan. They're going to kind of just get the ball out of his hands. I mean, that's why there wasn't that much pressure either. I mean, they're getting the ball out of his hands really quick. So, I mean, the game plan, it worked, right? I don't know if that's gonna work against the Chiefs, especially the Chiefs are gonna come after the Raiders. They're gonna blitz the hell out of them. They're gonna cover zero the hell out of them.
Stunts, a lot of stunts, I'd imagine.
They are gonna come they're just gonna blitz Geno and these guys and try to make Geno make quick decisions. I already know what the Chiefs are gonna do. The Titans did not do that. And the thing is why Geno played pretty well too. I mean, the Titans were just basically, we're going to sit back. We're going to play quarters. We're not going to try to confuse you at all. We're just going to sit back and play quarters. And I'm like, okay, I mean, so it made it really easy for Geno. And besides that's the interception that he said he was trying to throw on the ground. I don't know what that was about. I mean, you threw that kind of hard to throw on the ground, but that's what he said. It was pretty. It wasn't bad. It wasn't really like great because he didn't have any like didn't do anything really great. I mean, the intermediate throw was probably one of his best throws he made all year. But other than that, it was just he was just there, and it was really just them handing the ball off to Genty and then playing defense.
Yeah, and I think the criticism of the way he played yesterday is not so much that he played bad against the Titans, but more so they can't do this against any other team.
Yeah.
Another team's going to make them pay for the way that they're playing, which is not – I'm sorry, not – you're going to have to hit a couple big plays against teams. And now some of those big plays could be big Genty runs. I mean, he certainly was. But if you're going to do the Genty wears them down – and Geno picks them apart, that is still tough in the red zone a lot of times, and they're really going to have to be better at getting 30-35 yards when they need it, like a big play that really lights like the Titans just weren't in a position to make them pay. And it sounds like the players like quit on the Titans. It sounds like Jeffrey Simmons in the press conference said we had a bad week of practice. Practice sucked. This is coming off a win against the Cardinals. So I think I think they're trying to build him back up. I actually am a little encouraged that they're already pretty much ruling Brock Bowers out. I just don't want to see him till after the bye. I know that knee is hurting. So Michael Mayer, they're gonna have to play this way a little bit. But I think the Chiefs, like you said, they're gonna press up. Like they're going to press up on them, and they're going to say, "Throw it over our heads, can you?"
Yeah, and they got the corners to do it.
Of course they do. I mean,
the
D.
Yeah, the linebackers. Did the linebackers stop the run?
Yeah, no, yeah, they have Spags. It's scary. Cool scary.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find a way to run the ball this week. But what worries me, like guys like Nick Bolton and even Tranquil, who I just hate that guy for some reason. I don't know why I don't like him.
I like.
He's not even good.
I like him. He was educated well in college.
Oh, he went to Notre Dame.
And Alohi Gilman in the division. They're both Notre Dame safeties. The guys are fucking bad too, and they get drafted in like day 2, day 3, and then they're like starting for 10 years.
Yeah. But I mean, I just don't like him for some reason. I don't know why. But and then their linebackers are good, they're able to read things fast. So if Chip is predictable, man, they're not gonna be able to run the ball. So they got to try to figure out something to try to fix how they do that and how they get around that. But man, yeah, it could be a long day for the Raiders. But my friend, he's a Chiefs fan. He's way too confident. So I don't know. I think he's just way too confident.
We do get them to play at Arrowhead. We get them to play kind of dumb sometimes. I will say, and typically it's the Raiders' defense against the Chiefs' offense. Like they, for some reason, like Max like his plays out of his mind. Kuntz, like guys like that. So I think defensively, I think they're going to still be able to do some things against them. Again, the missed tackles last week, by Devin White, Jamal Adams, those cannot happen against the Chiefs, but. Sadly, I think they might, but yeah, I think it's going to be a very sluggish game, kind of an ugly one. I'm glad that I will say I'm not glad the Chiefs won. I'm never glad when they win, but I am glad they're coming off of a win.
Yeah, and a big one.
Because if they got lost to Detroit, they're gonna come in and be like, come in stepdad with the belt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My friend was just way too confident after that. It was funny. It was funny because when they lost to the Jags, he went and plays what's that game that goes to that new game. He went and started playing in the fourth quarter. I'm like, man, you were trying to be a samurai last week, and you're just mad confident. So I don't know. It's just weird. But we'll see. I mean, they shouldn't beat the Chiefs. I think they're minus. We'll talk about this on Friday. But they're minus 10 right now. So
I had it at 11.5 this morning. It did.
So it's going up.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey. Again, at Arrowhead, the Raiders last couple times they've been to Arrowhead, they've played them tough. So these are weird. These are weird division games that are odd. I think I'll be honest. I was watching that game last night against the Lions, and I was like, I will say the Lions. I thought the Lions got way too cute on offense.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they could have got a lot more downhill stuff with Jahmyr Gibbs and really wore them down time of possession, which that was my favorite thing about last week was that they used Genty as a true pacer of the game. They were able to control the pace of the game against the Titans with Genty. And I know that's not what everybody wants out of the 6th overall pick, but that's a huge impact on the game.
Yeah, huge impact. All right, guys. So what are we doing today? For most of the show, we talk about the stats that advanced stats. We're not gonna get to most of the corny stats. Even for wide receiver, there's not really advanced stats, but we talk about the separation stats that people are talking about. We'll talk about that a little bit. But we got one question: which current 2026 draft eligible player most improves the Raiders?
Shout out to my boy Ryan the Lion for that one. Quarterbacks are easy. Maybe I'll go non-quarterback just to say that. Like literally a quarterback does it, like a good quarterback. So, whoever your favorite guy, Fernando Mendoza seems to be the hot name right now. But Reuben Bain to me. I mean, it's if you're in a position to take Reuben Bain, Peter Woods, these guys, I still think the defensive line needs like one more just ass kicker on there to really just be like, we can wreck. You look at what the New York Giants are doing right now. Yes, they have Jackson Dart. Yes, they have Cam Scatterboo. Their defensive line is killing whoever's in front of them. And that's what's really winning them these games, in my opinion. Like, if you watch them down and down, and it's because they just went, do we need Abdul Carter? Let's take him. And you find out these guys. They did that. And I think one more difference maker up front. I still think you can get corners elsewhere. I don't think you have to take one like very, very early. Caleb Downs certainly would be a big one too, but I'll go with Reuben Bain.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go Reuben Bain team outside of quarterback, but and it also depends on how high they pick. I know a lot of people think they're going to pick top 5. I don't think so. I feel like this team's going to get to like 5 or 6. So if they do that, then they're going to be picking like 8 or 9, maybe. And then my hope with Reuben Bain is the league it gets stupid and think he's too short. That's what I'm hoping for. The league has made that dumb mistake before. And there's just a couple long guys that run like a 4.4, 4.5, and they just have more potential. You have some Trayvon Walkers come out in front of him. Yeah, that's what I hope for Reuben Bain, because Reuben Bain is undersized. And like that was like the first thing I noticed. When Matt was going over that film, I was like, man, he is kind of undersized. Yeah, he's crazy strong, like, and he's such a great player, right? But NFL, they get like that, right? I mean, that's what they do, especially with what I would say with defensive ends and edges. Like, quarterbacks, they're getting more short guy happy. They're taking more short guys. We got more short guy acceptance now in the NFL. But edge, they don't play with the measurements, right? Edge, O-line. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So they don't play with that. And that's what I'm hoping for Reuben Bain. But yeah, any of the quarter. I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to be really picky with quarterbacks this year.
Me neither. I'm not going to. I'm not Nussmeier. Like I was like, I don't know if I see it with Nussmeier, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
I like Nussmeier. Nussmeier is a perfect guy. Like, where the league doesn't like him anymore, and he falls like 26. If they take like a Reuben Bain or something, he falls, and they could trade up and then take him. That's the perfect guy that I want. Is Nussmeier, because Nussmeier anticipates. He does all this really good quarterback stuff, and yeah, he's a little crazy.
Yeah, he's a lot crazy.
He's a little crazy. But he anticipates and things like, there's a lot of NFL things that he does though that I don't have to coach into him, right? Throwing in the middle of the field, doing those type of things, like in the second round, it could be that type of guy that I would like. I mean, I haven't watched his film this year, so I'm not going to be like, I know it, but from watching it from last year, and I thought it was pretty damn good. So we'll see how that goes.
Got 5 picks on the year. I mean, hey, as Raider fans, we wish Geno only had 5, but got 5 picks. I've seen a couple in the red zone already, and I'm just like, man, he's gonna keep doing that in the NFL. And I don't know that he has the crazy upside. A lot of people are saying Maava from SC. Now they're big game this weekend for Notre Dame against SC. So we'll see what that. I'll get a better look at him, but he is a ball player for sure.
Yeah. I know a lot of people want him. A lot of people want him too, but we'll see. The NFL's not really high on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Jaden Mayava. What is his height and weight? He seems like a big guy.
Yeah.
6'4", 230. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, every time I watch him play, he's playing good ball. So
yeah, he has size. He's a good player. We'll see. If Bain is short, doesn't that mean he has better leverage to win? Well, I'll just say this with the NFL. Aaron Donald went 14 or something like that to Rams.
Yeah, 12 to 14, that area. Yeah.
Yeah, he dominated that pit. He went to the Senior Bowl and nobody could block him. He was unblockable the Senior Bowl, and he still went 13.
Yeah. For sure. No, and Ruben Bain, I mean, you want production a lot. I understand, some people might think, oh, well, Clelin Ferrell was productive. Clelin Ferrell just wasn't athletic. I mean, he just wasn't. He just was not athletic enough to win. And you know what? He is still in the league, so it's not like he's, it's not like he's. Yeah, I think he's playing right now.
Yeah, for the Chargers.
Yeah, he's on the Chargers. That's right, he's on the Chargers. So what I'm saying is like you at the end of the day, you need that production at the college level. Like you either need that for defensive linemen. I value production a lot. Like if you're just not, I think that's a big part of Tyree Wilson's shortcomings. He just wasn't that productive in college.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get into the quarterback stats here. I added the ADOT right now. All right, so let's talk about Geno Smith. I did the accuracy charting. This is my shit. I did that myself. So he was 82% accurate, but there was 21 short throws to 1. He had a batted pass, so I didn't count that with a 2.7 ADOT. And then we got play action 8 for 10 with 83 yards. So let me, you know what I'm saying? So get that fixed there. There you go. Looks better there. All right, so the play action stands out to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think, because I mean, they were running play action 44% of the time. It didn't seem like that.
Yeah, they ran a lot of play action, bro. They did.
Wow.
They did.
Well, that's good. I mean, what else are you gonna do? They were getting, for the most part, they had a couple runs blown up, but like which throws off the number, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But what else are you gonna do coming off that very effective running game? I thought. To me, if Geno doesn't throw that pick, I'm fine with the way he played. Again, he's gonna have to eventually play the way he's been trying to play, which is getting it down the field, one-on-ones. I definitely think the Thornton not being on the field really made Geno play a different way, in my opinion, more so than anything. I think a lot of times when Thornton's on the field, he just, for some reason, he wants that to be how they score. And, Besh didn't get targeted, but you have Besh, Tucker, and Myers and Mayer, and that makes you play a certain way. And that was the way they needed to play. They were better than the Titans, and they were able to beat them the way that they drew it up. And, again, they're going to have to play a lot more. They're going to have to gamble a little bit more if they're going to want to beat teams like the Chiefs. So we'll see. But for right now, like that's the play action 44% is the shocking thing that I didn't exactly see.
Yeah. When I watched it immediately too, I didn't notice, but when I was going over the film, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing play action a lot. And he threw a pick on one of them, but for some reason, I guess I counted that as a play action. PFF didn't because I didn't hand the ball off, but it's clearly a play action look. And then he threw that bad pass. I don't know what that was, but yeah, it wasn't that much of excitement. It's just a lot of his ADOT was it was 2.7.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of short passes. And you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, usually Geno, like week 1 against the Patriots, I got all these things charted here. Week 1 against the Patriots, he was about 94% accurate on short passes. So he's kind of going down. To be honest, 86% is not very good. 1 to 10 yards. It's not. I like you to be in the 90s there because that's the easiest pass. So I'm telling you, that's my whole problem with him this year is he's just a little bit inaccurate, more inaccurate than he's ever been. And that's his issue. He's he's just missing throws he shouldn't miss. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's bad.
And that's what I mean. Like you'll hear these other shows, and like I'm not trying to call these guys out, but like Trevor Sikkema on PFF, he's like talking about all this personnel. They're like, yeah, the pass protection hasn't been there and all of this stuff. And I'm like, if you guys really watch it, like his picks are like bad throws. They're bad throws. The guy's open, and we'll talk about a little bit about the separation metrics and stuff. They're bad throws. So I know this is tough for like somebody super analytics based to think of, but I think there's a big mental component to it, the way Geno's playing.
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah. See, that's the thing. Like he had this throw on one of the sacks. He had a throw to Myers that he throws last season with Seattle, and he has super hesitated. Like, oh, what if I miss? And last year he wouldn't have even cared if he missed, right? Because he believed that he was going to hit that throw. He doesn't believe he can hit that throw right now, man.
It's something like, and perhaps, you know, is it our business? No, like maybe there's something, but I feel like it's up here. Maybe it's a lack of confidence in the offense. Maybe it's not the match, right? Maybe it's just like, this is not my style of offense or something. Maybe he's not a fit, and maybe it allows him to have to go just a tick slower, and then something that's open's no longer open. But I mean, those ones against the Bears, those are ones I keep coming back to. Those are just bad throws.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that's the right read a lot of times. Bad throw. And for somebody who came over here with the accuracy, that's what you hear about Geno's downfield accuracy. I haven't seen it.
It was only week one.
Week one, I mean, that first touchdown to Trey Tucker, I'm like, we're gonna be a top off.
Yeah, we're going deep all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, yeah, yes. Stone Forsythe not being out there Stone Forsythe being out there over Colton Miller is definitely going to have you play in a certain way, for sure. That is a huge drop off. But I mean, he didn't have that good of an O-line last year. I mean, he had Stone Forsythe in Seattle. It's like,
O-line was worse, man. He handled it a whole lot better. I don't know where his confidence gone. So that's the thing. That's why it's confidence, because it can't be him getting hit. It's like he doesn't have confidence in the offense. And JB said he thinks Geno had time to sit and learn the offense in Seattle. But I mean, even last year with Ryan Grubbs, they went. That's the thing. Ryan Grubbs was way more collegey. That's the word we use. Collegey than Chip Kelly was.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't be crazy to him. And he played a whole lot better. I don't know. Maybe it's just because he worked with those receivers so long. I don't know. It's crazy, man. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I think it's quite clear they basically said, okay, Geno, let's start from scratch on this offense. And that's what it seemed like. And again, you know, you can say, okay, we don't have our left tackle there. We don't have our deep threats out there. We don't have Brock Bowers. There's all these things go into it. It can't just be one thing. But like I said, I think even the biggest Geno, like people who are the biggest, you know, the Steven Ruiz's, these types, like I think they're a little shocked, and they're trying to find these personnel issues to like cope with it a little bit. And it's just like, man, so much of it is just him against the defense, and he's just not winning.
Yeah. All right, couple questions. Do you see DJ Glaze potential right guard for the Raiders next year? I don't know.
He's playing okay at tackle.
Yeah, he's playing okay.
I don't. Yeah. We'll see what happens, because I mean, they might be in a position to take an offensive lineman first round in round one. But I don't know that Glaze has like created a glaring need at the position.
No, he's not awful. He's okay. He's average.
Probably league average tackle, which is fine. You know, I mean, if you see a generational one in round one, then you take one. I'm not going to be mad. But I think they just. I don't know. I think they're getting better at the O-line. I don't know. I'm watching it. It looks better to me. I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting better there. Just take my boy from ASU. What's his name? Max something. He's from Nigeria. That's right tackle. Or just put him at guard. I think he's a guard, but
yeah, they could use some competition in the interior. I think a lot of their problems are in the interior when they get stunts, and you know, some of that's communication, some of that's this and that, but. I don't know. I think they're playing better on the line. I think a lot of these both times I saw Geno take a bad sack yesterday, it was after 3-1,000. I'm like, that ball has got to be out.
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
I only put sacks on the quarter or on the O line under 3 seconds, in my opinion. That's my metric. Maybe you have a more complex metric than that, but if it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, after that you are on your own, in my opinion.
It's true. It's true. I think it's just sometimes with Geno, like when he tries to get to the second read, he's just so slow at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a quick pace to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And then, why is JJ Pagis a healthy scratch? I mean, I guess he like Fotu better in that game, I guess. I don't know.
Fotu came up and smacked the hell out of Cam Ward on that sack. My goodness.
I know.
That was crazy. I mean, their D-line played well. I thought their D-line played really well.
No. You think Geno's not a fit in Chip's system? I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He was played well in a college system last year, so it's kind of
something's up, man. I'm just saying something's a little up.
Something happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. I bet. Maybe Chip's like a dick or something.
It might even just be personal. Like, what I mean is there might be a personal issue. I'm not going to say that, but it feels like a guy playing a different way than he normally does.
Yeah. Maybe he's just I don't know. Maybe Chip's a dick or something. Passive aggressive.
Maybe, but like again, is that going to make you throw interception? I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So I would look at the snap counts and then we get into the rest of the positions. So I thought the snap counts are pretty interesting. We got, Besh. He is the starting receiver now, playing 75% of the snaps, and Dante Thornton got 2. Wow. Like I didn't even get demoted like that. That's a demotion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I think they see, I think there is this weird thing that when he's on the field, just maybe how big and fast he is, all the other stuff goes by the wayside, and it's like, get him the ball. And that creates and he's not getting open at the rate he should be. So we'll talk about the separation metrics for wide receivers, but like Thornton's not getting open like everybody else is getting open. And Besh, did he get? I think he maybe was targeted once. I don't even remember that, to be quite honest.
It was a play where Geno fumbled, but they called it incomplete.
Exactly. So he did no chance like at it or anything. And he, but he was out there, and we'll talk about his separation metrics. I'm hoping to see Jack Besh become a big part of this team. I think there's a lot of people that write him off as a bust pick. I don't think that's fair whatsoever. They're just gonna have to. He needs to get the ball. I mean, and it's quite clear that Pete Carroll agrees.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he was open. He got open on that play. He was open. Would have been a first down. Geno didn't get popped. But that's what I'm saying. That's one of those plays where like Geno like just. It's just
I felt like it was after 3 seconds, man. Like
get to it. Get to it.
Yeah.
A little bit. You know what I mean? But I thought that was just interesting that he ended up playing that many snaps. And that really started. I think they're still mad at him about the interception. I don't know why they're mad at him about that, but that's what I still think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, maybe.
That interception. They were so mad about that. I don't know why. You know what I mean?
Oh, the one where the 2 DBs converged on them, like they thought he
stopped early or something.
I know, which I'm like, man, that was I agree. I didn't see how that was Thornton's fault, but yeah, whatever.
All right, but I mean, this wasn't talked about that much, but Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Koonce basically going snap for snap.
Yeah, and a lot of third downs on the edge. I thought Tyree Wilson. I thought there were plenty of times I looked and I expected to see Koonce at the edge on third down, and I saw 9 out there, and I was like, that's really interesting to me. Landon Roberts, shout out to Landon Roberts, by the way. He was smacking shit yesterday. I didn't give him a shout out there. And it's very, he was very, I thought he was really good. Thomas Booker's snaps look like they're going down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like they're doing a Laulu and Fotu kind of thing there, which that's fine. It seems to be working. They've actually been pretty healthy on the D line, which I think is speaking more to like why Pagis and Hemingway aren't playing. And the D line is interesting because they can beat up a bad O line. I think they've showed that when they play a good O line and a quarterback that gets rid of the ball, it's like, then they kind of disappear. But this defense has been playing hard.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the top for you, Glove. I mean, that's the cutoff. So
we were looking at that one already.
Yeah, yeah, and then Crosby, he only played 97% today that game. So I mean, because that was like the first time when I was watching it. It was Kuntz and Worcester on the field together, a lot more than I expect. And it's funny, it's 3% of the snaps Crosby didn't play, and it's like, wow, they're on the field a whole lot more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you're just so used to seeing 98. It's when he's not there, you're like, wait, where the hell did he go?
Exactly.
Yeah, because on third down, we're all watching. They're like, come on, Max. Like that's like what. So it's easy to see when he's not on the field. Which I honestly, they should take him off the field a little bit more. Personally, just because we need him.
Yeah. All right. Is this Carson Beck or Mendoza? Mendoza.
Yeah, I think Mendoza right now for sure. But like I said, it seemed like a lot of people agreed on Friday Night Live when I said I would not mind taking that blue chip non-quarterback if they're picking very high. That's the guy maybe you come back up for in the first round. I know people say he's not a first round pick. I don't know. People seem to hate him. I think he's going to be a first round pick.
Yeah, just another DJ actually asked that question. So Kenji don't get demoted. They're not going to demote Gito.
No, but I am curious about Kenny Pickett. I'm not gonna lie.
You're curious? You want to see it?
Can it does the ball come out quicker? I was just wondering.
I mean, it will. Yeah, it will.
Yeah, that's all. That's that. I am interested. I mean, I might close the book very early and go, well, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The AFC just sucks so bad that they're not out of the playoffs yet. That's why they aren't doing that.
For sure. No, and they actually probably will be on the in the hunt graphic for a long time this year. I mean, the Ravens are not out of
it. I know, man. I was thinking like if they went 7-5, they would be 8-9, and then they like maybe could sneak it to 7. That'd be crazy. That'd be hilarious. Fans would be pissed. All right. Seems like teams are using disguise coverages and disguise to confuse the offense. Just a way to get practice and get in them in more generic coverages. It's running the ball really well. That's how you do that.
Yeah, they're getting really good at running the ball. I think it's getting better and better. I again, like you'd love to be able to actually open things up with your passing game to open things, use your things in your passing game to open up some stuff in the run game, spread teams out a little bit. They're not quite there yet in the pass game. Then I think you can see Genty like really get some like Boise State level like production when they're able to do that. But who knows? That might not even be this year. But by the way, where's all the Membu love? He had a terrible game the other day. I haven't been seeing all the Membu comments in the.
Yeah, well, Eddie's not in here today, so
that's crazy because because he had a terrible game. Yeah. I saw Jets fans saying bench his ass. Oh, okay.
Damn, already.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're 0-6 Jets, and we should have drafted their tackle, I guess.
All right. Speaking of O-line, so the MBS means missed blocks, so everybody knows. So this is kind of how they did that day. So Parham had 3 missed blocks. Forsyth had 3 with 2 pressures. Parham had 3. Meredith had 3 missed blocks, 2 pressures. JPJ had 4 missed blocks, so 3 in the run game, 1 pressure.
Grades on the right.
Yeah, PFF grades on the right. Yeah, and then Glaze 3 missed blocks and 1 pressure.
Yeah. So JPJ's missing some blocks.
Oh yeah, he had a bad game. He didn't play.
Okay. Forsyth I thought did okay in the run game. Like there were a few times I would see him kind of really seal stuff up a little bit. Some of those outside runs with Genty, I thought he was just in a true pass set. Man, Forsyth he's just not him. Parham, I think's been. I feel like that's Parham's grades most of the times.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just what you get from Dylan Parham. That's a position I'd like to upgrade, to be quite honest, in the offseason. But even if you don't let him go, I would just like to maybe have him be a little bit more depth, because to me, that's your depth. A lot of these guys are depth. I think JPJ is a starter. I think people are still mad that he had to compete, but maybe that's what's allowed him to get better, is that he had to compete. Maybe these people actually know a thing or two about that. 50, yeah, Glaze. It's interesting. Glaze gives up 1 pressure, but that means in the run game he wasn't that good.
No, they didn't like him in pass blocking.
That's interesting, but he only
For
has
some
one.
reason.
But he only has one pressure given up.
Yeah, so like I guess to them like he was getting beat sometimes, but that's why I have him miss blocks because I even if a guy doesn't give up pressure and he got his ass kicked, I'm still gonna count it as a missed block. You know what I mean? So I thought Glaze when pass protection he had zero pressures, so I had him with one because I don't know how they didn't count that as a pressure. I was still trying to figure it out. I looked at it 3 times. I'm like, he got beat, man. I don't know. That's not a pressure. Was he not close enough? But PFF has him with a 70.9 pass blocking grade, and then zero pressures. But I gave him one because I don't know what they're looking at. That's a pressure, bro. I'm sorry, DJ. I know you thought you had a zero. Maybe your coach thought the same thing as me. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not playing bad. I just think like the way they exchange blocks when they're zone blocking is so bad. Like, and even when they're like running stunts, like the play that Gino, what play was it? One of the plays where Gino got sacked. And I think it was actually the play where Jack Besh got that target. What happened is JPJ and Jordan Meredith were blocking together, right? And then like Jordan Meredith left, and then JPJ left too, and just left the guy, and the guy just popped Gino. Like, right? And then like or like they'll pass off a guy to somebody else, and then DJ Glaze doesn't have the position, he can't hold him, so the guy just goes and gets a tackle. It's just ugly stuff like that. Their communication or their timing of when to get off blocks and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty ugly. So what do you say? Heard Marshall Newhouse mentioned they can't even execute a full slide protection when he called. Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, they're just out of whack sometimes, and then when they're out of whack, it just leads to a terrible play. You know what I mean? And it's just like they're not all on the same page.
Do you put that on Brendan Carroll at all?
A little, yeah, I think a little bit, because he's coaching, right? He has to coach the system that Chip Kelly wants, right? He has to coach the protections that Chip Kelly wants, but he's supposed to coach the technique. That's what he's supposed to coach. He's the technique guy. When you have a offensive, I'm a guru and I'm the greatest offensive guy ever. When you have a guy like that, you have to go with, just teaching technique, and that's all technique stuff. That's all that is. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought the offensive line, they're a little up and down, but
yeah,
they're average right now. They're average offensive line. They're not terrible.
Yeah,
they're average at this point, which is better than how they were the first few weeks.
And it does seem like there's room for them to just on the communication sense, provided that they stay healthy. And maybe that's part of it right now is just missing Colton Miller, missing that like anchor could definitely be a huge part of it. But, I haven't watched the games thinking that they're just like awful. It just feels like a lot of times, like you said, it's just that it'll be one play and it'll be like, damn it. You know what I mean? Right. And it'll be in the middle of a drive where everything's working. It feels like. And then they're punished to the fullest extent on said play, and it can be kind of annoying.
Yeah, it is for real. All right, running back stats. So Ashton Jeanty, 20 carries, 75 yards. He had 63 yards after contact, 2.74 yards after contact per attempt, and 4 missed tackles. I swear he had more missed tackles than that.
Yeah, it's weird. I think he's still leading the league as of now in broken tackles, or missed tackles, whatever it is, like whatever the metric is, which to me is still like the number one sign that you're a good running back. Like regardless of what's happening, if somebody's trying to tackle you, is it going to happen? And it is funny like to see people. Unfortunately, they get a lot of their information about Jeanty from like fantasy Twitter accounts about why he's not that good. And I'm like, first off, even in fantasy, I think he had like 16, 17 points yesterday. Like he's totally fine. But this guy's good, man. I'm just like letting you know, like he's really good. And they're starting to finally use him in the Boise State method where it's like he has to just keep pounding away at the offense. Just pounding, or at the defenses. Like you saw that guy, that USC defensive end or outside linebacker, that was Oladejo or something like that. That dude was toast, tapped out.
Yeah.
Like see you later. And when they're able to get a passing game going, it's less about the O-line to me. It's more about the passing game for Genty. When they're able to get that going, I think Genty's going to be able to really gash people. And I just thought for me, they controlled that entire game through him yesterday.
Yeah, I thought he played a lot better than the stats said, because I mean he had a lot of what I would say runs over like 5 yards, right? And we're keeping them, especially just keeping them flowing, right? So they can keep the short passing game going. They didn't have a lot of third and longs yesterday, so and they're running some tosses for you in the last couple of weeks. So they're getting the toss game going.
You posted the run on Twitter, but the one where he just broke it outside, I think it was on a short yardage play and broke it out for like 13 yards. That's probably my favorite run of the year from him so far. Nope, I'm going outside. That to me was awesome. And I see people in there saying, you don't have to draft one in the first round. You don't have to do this and that. You can get that production out of 4th round pick. Sometimes your 4th round pick running back is Zamir White, though. So let me just let you guys know that. It's not that simple. I'm just like, it's not that in the 2010s, that was like the mission statement of all NFL media was you don't have to draft a running back high. And it's true, you don't. I will say Rico Dowdle is really good. I think he's a good running back, but there are plenty of guys drafted in the mid rounds that stink. Okay. And I think Genty's going to be a very, very good running back. Very good. That's fine. Okay. Your first round picks need to be good players consistently, right? Just because he plays that position does not, I don't care about positional value with Raiders draft picks. I care about good versus bad. Are they good or are they bad players? Genty is clearly a good player. I won't listen to an argument that says he's bad. The only arguments now are, should we have done that? Should we have done that? I thought this was a really weak top 10 this year, and he was a true blue chip there. The last 2 drafts, they've gotten blue chips in the first round. Now, it sucks that one of ours is hurt, Brock Bowers, but for the most part, man, these guys are great. And I think Mostert, you saw the difference when Mostert was in the game versus Genty. And I don't know. I think I think Genty is awesome.
Yeah, I just think Rico Dowdle was undrafted too, so like I mean he's having a breakout year. He got that.
Cowboys too. I mean I'll give him that, but it's just, dude, come on, like you see this, like, and first off, like Bijan Robinson's rookie year was not incredible. And I know they're different guys. Bijan's like 6'2", he's huge. He's like this athletic freak that maybe Genty isn't. But you watch Bijan Robinson now tonight. These guys are allowed to get better year by year too, just like anybody else. It's when you draft a running back high, they're like, the rookie year has to be this. No, it doesn't. You know what I mean? These guys get to develop the same way other players do. And everybody's so concerned about when you draft your running back. To me, it's like, it's okay to also build your O-line along with your running back. Like, there's no one way to do it. Football is simple, but also complicated. It's the way you win can be quite simple in terms of not turning the ball over and all that stuff. But the way you build a team, there's no one way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. And to be honest, when you look at his stats, I mean, he's top 10 in rushing yards.
Yeah,
right. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is killing it.
He's having crazy.
He's having a great season. I mean, he's third in attempts though too. He's third in attempts. So I mean, he's gonna hit 1,000 yards because
1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns his rookie year.
Yeah, or he probably gonna hit 1,200 because he's at 424 right now. Yeah, man, he's not playing bad. 26 missed tackles. I think they're counting Bijan because I swear he led the league going into this game, and Bijan's going off. So they're counting Bijan's stats live, I guess. Woo! He is going off.
No, he's a beast.
All right. He's a beast, man. Okay, so let's try to get to some of these wide receivers. I know you want to talk about the separation, but those are the targets there. Separation stats, I guess. Jack Besh had a 3.74. Is it 3.17? 3.17. And then you got Trey Tucker had 4.28, and Michael Mayer had 3.64. Now, with separation stats, the thing is, it's not always about the guy like winning. It's more about like what they like when they're targeted, how open they are, right? So you got to think about how open Jack Bech was on that route when he got targeted. It was a great route that he ran. It was a great route, and it would have been a first down if Geno got that pass off. But yeah, especially like with Michael Mayer, because you had to think about Michael Mayer when he caught that one pass in the middle of the field. That counts as separation. Nobody's around him, right? But he didn't create that himself. So that was always my thing with separation stats. But I doubt Dante Thornton has good ones. So you're right about that, Matt. But Glen, I said, call you Matt.
Yeah, the I know we all look the same, but the anyways Michael, these guys are getting open.
Yeah,
getting open. I don't believe that separation is 100% like the thing that makes a good receiver. Watch Jerry Jeudy play. He sucks. Jerry Jeudy sucks. He's open, but the minute somebody is closing on him or anywhere near there, he just cannot catch the ball. So it's not everything. I know Jack Bech can catch the ball, so that's very evident on his college film. But Trey Tucker getting 4.28 yards of separation. I mean, I think we're seeing like an actual, like I'm not going to say a star, but just a very good wide receiver. That yes, Waller's back in the league, kind of tearing it up. Honestly, good for him. But that's a good trade that was made. And the lost in all of this yesterday was Dave Ziegler's draft class balled out in front of him.
Yeah,
he was there.
Are you with the Titans?
Yeah, he was there.
Oh,
He was
wow,
at the game watching. He's like, I knew it. I knew I wasn't bad. See, like he was doing. It's like Michael Mayer has a touchdown. Trey Tucker has a nice play. But I think these guys are getting open. So when I hear that like Geno's not good because of his receiving core, I go, that's not exactly true. I just don't think that's true. Yes, they can. Like the narrative on PFF is that they are a Jordan Tyson away. They need to spend their first round pick on Jordan Tyson next year. I don't think that's. I mean, he's a beast. I'm not going to be mad if they do. I just don't think that's what you have to do for them. But he's a beast.
You heard that? I was like, well, I mean, I wouldn't be against that.
No, he's a beast.
He
is a beast. I'm not against it. I don't care about needs or positional value. If you see a good player, go get him, because there's always room for a good player on your football team. Always room, especially on the Raiders. So I'm not saying I'm against that. I just mean I don't think we're going to go into next year going, we have to get wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Because I think Bowers, I think Tucker, I think Bech is going to come along as the year goes on. Mayer's very good. I think Mayer is really good. He has good hands. He's tough to bring down. And I just hope we can get a good, healthy second half of the year out of him. Because I think, man, that guy's been through a lot. And it'd be I think getting into the end zone, I think he just looks so damn hyped.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed that for him. Yeah, he had a great game, man. He had a great game. But yeah, that Jordan Tyson thing, I was thinking like, well, maybe they could use Jordan Tyson. That would be a reach, though. To me, I feel like that's something that they can't do. Like, I feel like they got to go defense or quarterback.
But if you're picking like 13th, I could see it.
I mean, I don't think Tyson's gonna get to 13 just because he's 6'4", he's like 220 pounds, but he's Drake London basically.
So, yeah, I mean, no, it's true. I just, you never know. But if that's something that falls to you at like 11 and the quarterbacks just aren't looking right, and you're just like, it depends on where they're picking. I'm not going to be against it. If that guy comes out there and catches touchdowns for the team, like that's all good. I mean, now if they're picking it just all depends on where they're picking. But I just these people, they're like, no, Geno will be good if this happens. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's up here with him, and these guys are getting open, is what I'm saying. Now, after the catch, who knows? Right? Trey Tucker had his best yards after the catch game in terms of making guys miss. I know Washington, he had some long touchdowns. Yeah. He made guys miss in that game yesterday more than I'd seen him do it in a long time, especially that one up the sideline. That was nice. I thought he was going to score on that play. I think this is a solid receiving core. It could use one more piece, but I think that piece is Brock Bowers, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Kenny P thinks they're picking top 5.
Maybe they are. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
ruling that out, but I don't know, man. I think the problem with the Pete Geno thing is I think that's still going to get you 6, 7 wins.
I know. That's what I told somebody else the other day. Like, you think they're gonna, pick outside top 5? Like, yeah, because one, how many times have we actually gotten to the top 5 when we wanted to? Even when we tried last year, they didn't.
No, I know it's tough, and yes, the AFC is very bad. But to me, I also, hey, a lot of the bad teams won yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think Carolina is going to be picking that high. Tennessee, it's okay because Tennessee, it doesn't look like they're going to pick a quarterback next year. So if you're worried about the quarterbacks, I don't think Tennessee is going to be the problem. No, they might be the team that trades up, that fields trade calls, up there and gets a bunch of picks because their roster is not good. Yeah, so we'll see. I didn't come out of there saying like it has to be this receiver. We need a receiver round 1. Like, I don't know. Round 2, a receiver's fine with me too.
Yeah. All right, D-line. So PR's pressures, if anybody asks. 6 pressures, 2 sacks, 2 stops. Max Crosby. 4 pressures for Laulu. All right, that's what I got it. 4 pressures, 1 sack, 3 stops for him. Tyree Wilson, 3 pressures, 2 stops. Coons, 2 pressures, 1 stop. Butler, I guess he had a pressure, and Booker had a pressure, but he didn't have any stops. So,
yeah, damn, Max is good, man. Max is good. I mean, that sack where he did the slide tackle thing, he's like, Matt posted it today, and it was like he's like working through a chip to get there. It's nuts, man. Like what he has to do to like get. It's like somebody with the worst work commute to get to the job, still getting there before everybody else. Like that's. like out here I'm in the Bay Area, it's like somebody coming in from Tracy getting there faster than somebody that lives locally. He is really good. I mean, we really need I warned everyone about Malcolm Kuntz, right? Not that he's bad, but that coming off that injury, a guy that needs that bend back, it's going to take a while with Kuntz. And the problem is he's only on a 1-year deal, but I think he's going to be a more week 10 on guy that comes on during that time rather than right now. Tyree and Max and Jonah Laulu had good games, and that's really good to see.
Yeah. So look at winning percentages here. Max was 20.9. Kuntz was 13.3, so it's a little higher than Wilson was only 4.3, according to PFF. So, PFF gave Max a 0, which I thought was crazy. That game, I don't know what the hell they were watching. So I don't, it's hard to trust that guy. He maybe didn't drink coffee last night. The coffee wasn't hitting the energy drink for the sweatshop. PFF sweatshop wasn't paying him enough.
No, they waterboarded him.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. This, like I said, this D line, if they're facing an O line that's not very good, the D line is going to eat. If they're facing it, they're able to beat bad O lines like to a pulp. Mm-hmm. Average, if they face one that's average, they're going to win a few times. They're going to get home here and there. If they face a good O line, you don't hear a peep, unfortunately, from this team.
I know. Yeah, like the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts. I mean, even Washington, let's be real. Like Max won, but like nobody else was winning that game. It was just, man. Yeah, it's tough. It's very, very tough.
All right, so we got 2 more positions left, and then I'll finish out with you guys' questions. So linebacker, they could not tackle yesterday, obviously, as you can see that.
Jamal, I thought Jamal Adams had his worst game yesterday.
Yeah, he had his worst game yesterday for sure, man. Big time. They had 13 missed tackles yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can't do that against the Chiefs, so you get their ass kicked.
Yeah. I thought Landon Roberts, like he when he got there, he made his presence felt. I think he's kind of. I knew he was like a solid player, but I really like when he's out on the field. It's just like, man, he brings that thump and stuff. But man, the Chiefs are just going to throw the ball in front of these linebackers all day next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Travis Kelce. See, but I think what's gonna happen though. Jeremy Chin. This is why the game next week is why Chin's here. He's gonna guard Kelce, and I bet they're gonna put him 1-on-1 on Travis Kelce and let him go at it. That's because that's what he does best. Jeremy Chin is here to guard Travis Kelce, and that's what he's about to do next week. So I think they're gonna try to avoid that, and I think they're gonna try to play like some kind of, I don't know. Patrick Graham always has some weird shit he does with the Chiefs. Like it's shit he'll never do with anybody else. Like a couple years ago, he put Morig on him on man all game while the rest of them played zone in different coverages. Morig was just man though, all in our game. So it's like they're gonna put something special in for Kelce, but the Chiefs are getting Rashee Rice and stuff back, so there's gonna be a hell of a lot more weapons. But yeah, these guys are getting attacked next week somehow, some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's worthy. Like guys like that underneath, or just yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to tackle next week. They're just that's the only way we have a chance in this game. That Mahomes is running a lot too. He's running a lot this year, and he's a great runner. And they're gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to come up and make a big stop. Like on third down, that's what they're going to want to do. Is Mahomes is going to want the yards after the catch, and Mahomes is going to run.
Yeah, and somebody said White has 5 missed tackles a game. I mean, he played well.
Yeah, he made plays.
But yeah, he is going to miss a lot of tackles. I mean, he did give up 7 catches too. I didn't know that in here, but he gave up 7 catches.
He looked insane on that blitz, though. He looked like he was out of a cannon. I mean, it was like when it's timed right, and he could come find a. Time it right, come in unblock. I mean, that's when you see like first round pick Devin White. Now, he just looks really stiff a lot of times. And man, I mean, hey, he's out there. He's already done better than I've thought he's done. But there's just times that it rears its ugly head. The Devin White that we all fear. Yeah,
we're all scared of. Right about that, Matt. If I can call you Matt today, man, I'm tripping. I'm out of it. It's because it's like Monday. It has to be because it's Monday, bro.
Right.
It has to be Monday, bro. And you guys all look alike. That's really what it is. It's really what it is. Who are the next 2 college breakdowns going to be? I'll answer that in a second after we get to coverage here. So, Kairubu Kelly and Eric Stokes are ass. And
yeah, man. I don't know, man. Eric Stokes had a lot of metrics going his way to make him look like when you see those charts, and his ass would be like he's elite, and I'm like, that's
player of the week,
paper shredder, whatever you're showing me. I'm like, I know what I see.
Man, and then Pete Carroll's hyping up Caillou Blue Kelly. Did you hear that today?
I did.
He had a bounce back game. I mean, he made some good tackles. But man,
I'll give him that. I wouldn't mind him as depth on a team. Like, I don't think he's like get him off my team, but it's just I think Darian Porter doesn't tackle that well, and they hate that. So I think that's why he doesn't play. I think that's definitely the problem with Darian Porter he only played special teams last week.
Yeah.
Or against the Titans. But man, and look, next week I think they're going to need to tackle more than cover. I think the ball's going to be thrown in front of them a lot. And we'll see. But yeah, those bad. I mean, that's 106 rating for Eric Stokes throwing at him. Man, I'm thinking about Caleb Downs next year too. If they're picking high.
Yeah.
Caleb Downs is a monster, and like Caleb Downs comes in right in and changes his defense right away. I know it wouldn't be a positional value pick. You're not supposed to pick safeties that high, but he's a beast. So Isaiah Polamau has been terrible. Darnay Holmes had a.
I know.
Darnay Holmes had a decent game.
Yeah, man. He had a good game. 7 targets, 3 receptions, 50.3. Yeah. Holmes. We're definitely Darnay Holmes haters on this show, but he really showed out. He had a good game. Man. But yeah, Polamau's undrafted. You know what I mean? Like, and he looks undrafted when you watch.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that experiment. I know they extended him, but I don't think it was that big of an extension. I again, as depth, that's fine. Next year, there's a place on this team for him as depth on this team for sure. They're gonna need to find starters next year. Do you have anything for Jeremy Chin? I didn't see anything. Was he on there?
No, Chin didn't do anything.
He
I mean, Chin has some tackles, right?
He had some tackles. No, yeah, not coverage. I just mean he shows up from time to time. I like Jeremy Chin.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna come in big next week. Like, to me, I think he should be playing on like some linebacker next week. Like, all right.
Yeah, I think why they signed him is next week. That's my thing. Why they signed him is next week, and he's going to be on Kelsey all game. Watch. They probably have some kind of game plan for it. They've been thinking about this game for the longest. I mean, that's why they signed Alex Kappa. Kappa might play this week over JPJ.
Oh, great.
Kappa, the Chiefs killer.
Boy.
Oh my God. All right. These questions to get out of here. Do you think Myers and Kuntz get traded?
Not Kuntz. Myers is definitely a possibility. Now, if they win tomorrow, that's not happening. Or next week. They're literally not. I don't think they're trading anybody. I think if they win against the Chiefs, they're not. They might trade for somebody.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna trade anybody.
No. The AFC's bad, man. Like, the AFC's bad. They're not gonna, even if they lose this week, they're not like even out of it. We'll think they are, but they won't think that. And this is their second division game coming up, meaning they have 4 more after that. So it's not like they have like 3 division losses already or something where it's like, crap, this is not my words, but I don't see Myers getting traded. And to be honest, I'm not sure that you're going to get more than the comp pick that you would get for letting him walk.
Yeah.
That's kind of the big problem with all of this is nobody's talking about is that comp pick. I can see somebody, honestly, like the Titans next year, giving Jacoby Myers like a stupid bag, which then gives you the comp pick. But if you just trade him to the Packers or something, you're going to get like a 4th or a 5th.
Myers is going right back to the Patriots. He's going right back.
Yeah, no, that's true too. And look, the Patriots are 4-2. Like they absolutely
with the easiest schedule in the league, they're gonna be like 13-4, like play nobody.
Totally, yeah. So it's just kind of like these teams that are gonna want him, they're not gonna want to give up a lot for him. And to me, I think it's cheaper to keep him and let him walk. You're going to get a better comp pick. I think the comp pick will be better than what you get in the trade this year. Just my opinion.
Josh Allen just threw a terrible interception. Good Lord. Oh, no, that wasn't picked. I thought
it was a 4th down thing.
Okay. All right. Who do you trust or chip to draft a quarterback in the first round? I don't know. He might draft, he might draft Dante Moore, but I don't want Dante Moore to come out. So I think he should stay. He ain't played enough. We kind of saw that.
Yeah.
He lost to the veteran QB basically last week.
Yeah, no, Dante Moore. It's like, we'll see. I'm not so sure he's a first rounder, to be honest.
Yeah. We'll see how the league, see how the league thinks of him, but I'm not too sure about it either. If Geno gets cut next year, do you see LVR going for a reincarnation project again with rookie QB, A. Rich, Trey Lance, Bryce Young? Maybe.
I don't think Carolina's trading Bryce Young. I don't think they have any Carolina plays the Jets this week, and they're going to be 4-3 after that game.
Yeah,
we're not. Bryce Young. Whenever Bryce Young is the just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. That's Bryce Young. Like every time, because you're just like, it's interesting. I don't think Pete's against starting young, like a young quarterback. I don't understand the logic behind that. Like, I don't think it's going to be like, another veteran. Because to be honest, he doesn't have another retread veteran to go get. He's not getting Russ next year. I mean, Russ is done. And so like, there's not going to be anybody that he has any sort of familiarity with. And it's also, Chip Kelly, like, is Chip Kelly still the offensive coordinator next year? I'm not so sure that that's true.
Yeah. Does Genty need a fullback? I mean, every running back needs a fullback, man. Because it's gonna
be interesting. Like, I kind of wish that was the case. I thought Chip was gonna do that too, to be honest.
Who backups Genty next year, vet or rookie?
Man, Yeah, that's I think a veteran for sure. I think a veteran. I don't think they're gonna want to spend a pick on like a high pick on that. Again, obviously, I don't think you're gonna want to draft 2 running backs in the top 100 or anything. And maybe you find somebody in the 5th or 6th round, but you're kind of gonna want like a 3rd down back with Genty or something like that, somebody who can pass protect. And I think to me that's a veteran. We'll see.
Yeah. Early thoughts on KC matchup?
Scared, to be honest, but it's weird. I'm always scared for that game, and then they're battling. I feel like against the Chiefs. I'd be a little more scared if it was in Allegiant Stadium because I just, for whatever reason, the Chiefs just boat race us there every time. But I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be like a really ugly game where the ball's just bouncing on the ground and people are scrambling after it and pointing different directions and flags and Daniel Carlson. Hopefully hits a field goal. Butker missing one. It's going to be one of those games that I think the Raiders are good at getting the Chiefs to play bad football against them.
Exactly. Graham plays really well against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
he does. Like, I mean, the Raiders almost beat them in Arrowhead last year on Christmas Eve, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On Christmas?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
They should have won that game.
I think it was New Year's. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was that. Because I was at a hockey game and I was like,
okay,
Chiefs are gonna get there. Chiefs are gonna kick our ass, whatever. And I'm like, oh my, are you kidding me? We're about to win. And like it was like we were in like meaningless win territory. But I'm like, yeah, it's the Chiefs.
Exactly.
And then the year before, I think it was Christmas Day the year before, they beat them at Arrowhead. That was when the defense just ate that game, and still probably the best defensive performance I've seen of the
Raiders
ever. So we'll see. Josh Simmons might be back. He missed the game that night, so Josh Simmons has been a very good rookie tackle for them. They're gonna have to take the ball away. I think one thing yesterday, I think turnovers are contagious, and the Raiders won the turnover battle, and they looked pretty confident around like a ball flying in the air, a loose ball on the ground. And even if your opponent's not as bad as the one you played before, sometimes that turnover momentum, that kind of turnovers are coming bunches, and they're going to need those. They're going to need to punch that ball out and fall on top of it.
Somebody said that we should draft Jeremiah Love.
Can I say something about Jeremiah Love?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not that big of a fan of Jeremiah Love.
You're not?
There's a better running back on the Notre Dame roster. His name is Jadarian Price. I guess a monster.
Interesting.
Jeremiah Love needs to learn how to just pick up 5 yards. Jeremiah Love tries to jump over everybody. If you watch the Jeremiah Love hurdle compilation, he's like jumping over referees. You're like, what are you doing? Like, that's the chain guy. Like, stop jumping over him. And he gets himself hurt constantly. I'm not saying I'm not a Jeremiah Love fan. Obviously, I'm rooting for him all the time. But I don't. If anybody drafts him in the first round, which I don't think the Raiders are going to draft in the first round, regardless, I think they're in for a really weird time. Like, you have to be really measured with the way you use him. I think he's excellent as a receiver, and I think you're going to have to play him in the slot sometimes and stuff. He is not a traditional running back.
Interesting. What do y'all know what Spike Tech looks for Trey Wise as a pass rusher? Would he pass? Would Pete pass on Bane? No, Pete would take Bane before anybody else because that is his dream defensive end. Is a 270-pound guy, and I don't think Pete will care about the size. Pete will just care that he's 270 pounds and he can set the edge.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he didn't care about. And Spike Tech, what he got that one dude from Washington. I'm trying to think of the only pass rushers they drafted. Him and
what's his name? Tryon Shoyi.
Yeah, he was super athletic though.
Yeah, he was. He's not very good, but he was. And then we don't know too because that's Jason Light. Is Spy Tech exactly like Jason Light? We don't know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, but they're taking Bane. I still think they might take Bane over a quarterback. Which,
if you're picking high and like if you're taking, I'm going to take a big blue chip player at a position like that, and then come back and get your quarterback in the first round. If you came out with Bane and a quarterback, I'm telling you, I'd be pretty stoked.
All right. What's better, Max at 9 tech and Tyree at 5 tech, or Max at 5 tech and Kuntz at 9? That's Tyree at 5 tech. which is probably what I would answer all this. But I would keep Max and Coons outside. I wouldn't play them inside. I didn't play Max inside. I think that would be crazy. He just wouldn't. He gambles too much for him to play inside, and then you'd be pissed. All right, last question. Did you just see the UTEP study? Are the Chiefs getting favorable calls from the refs? You know who gets away with this? The Steelers.
Yeah, any old school Raider fan will tell you that's nothing new, right? Like, I think refs love the Steelers colors because they just look like a penalty.
It's the Steelers, man. The Steelers have the same favoritism with the refs, so nobody calls them out anymore. But
yeah, I think the Chiefs. Here's my thing about the Chiefs. It's not so much the calls, right? It's the types of calls. It's like 3rd and 17. Mahomes has to throw it away, and then on the broadcast, you just see Mahomes pointing at the defense because you think they're getting off the field, and there's some holding call that we never get a replay of on the defense. And then that weird illegal formation called on Jared Goff, that was a stupid play to begin with, in my opinion. It should have been like a pick six, honestly. But it's like it's like it's intentional grounding. They huddle after that call, and they're like, guys, this can't stand. This happened against the Chiefs. We have to have a meeting about this. Terry McCauley's saying it on the damn broadcast, and it's almost like they asked Terry McCauley from the booth, like, hey, Terry, can this stand? No. So it's the type of call more so than the amount for the Chiefs, in my opinion. That's the one that pisses me off, is that on a 3rd and 17, there's always some holding call that we never get a replay of.
Yeah, exactly, dude. For sure. All right, man. Everybody, subscribe button, subscribe. It's the first episode. We got 400 in here today, so we enjoyed it. I mean, the Monday Night Football games are pretty good. I want to go check these out. So,
Dodger game's good too.
Dodger games.
Yeah, Dodger and Brewers is on too. It's kind of good game. A lot of good stuff tonight.
Yeah. All right, so guys, hope you guys enjoyed this show. And then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and we're out of here. Peace.